Have you ever wondered what it feels like when a family already known for growing fast announces yet another new chapter? Right now, that question is on a lot of people's minds because Jessa Duggar and her husband Ben have just shared news that has longtime viewers smiling. The couple, who already have 2 little boys, are expecting their 3rd child, and the way they phrased the announcement has fans talking. They said, simply and sincerely, that God has blessed them. That short statement carries a lot of weight for a family whose story has always centered on faith and family size. But there's more to this update than just the pregnancy itself. Stick around, because the details of how they shared the news, what it means for their young sons, and the reactions pouring in will give you a fuller picture of where the Seawolds stand today. To understand why this moment matters, it helps to remember how the Duggars first captured America's attention. Jim, Bob and Michelle Duggar raised 19 children under one roof in Arkansas, and their everyday life became a television phenomenon with the long-running series 19 Kids and Counting. Viewers watched the older kids grow up, fall in love the old-fashioned way, and start families of their own. Jessa, the 5th-born, stood out as one of the more independent and outspoken sisters. She married Ben Seawold in November 2014 in a ceremony that drew a huge crowd and plenty of cameras. Their first son, Spurgeon Elliott, arrived in November 2015. Their second, Henry Wilberforce, followed in February 2017. By early 2019 the couple had settled into life with 2 energetic toddlers, and many wondered whether they would keep expanding the way their parents had. That question was answered when they decided the time felt right for another baby. Their announcement landed with the same quiet gratitude that has marked so many of their public moments, setting the stage for everything that followed. The news itself came in a straightforward statement shared with People magazine in January 2019. Jessa said, "We are overjoyed that God has blessed us with a baby, due late this spring." Those words were carefully chosen. The couple did not yet know the baby's gender, though both of them admitted they were leaning toward another boy. They joked that if it turned out to be a boy they already had plenty of hand-me-downs ready to go. At the same time they made clear they would be thrilled with a girl, even if it meant starting from scratch with pink clothes and new names. Ben added a practical note that many parents of young children can relate to. He pointed out that going from 2 kids to 3 would feel like switching from man-to-man defense to zone coverage. Spurgeon, then 3, already understood a new sibling was on the way and talked about the baby often. Henry, still under 2, had no idea what was coming. Ben said one of the moments he looked forward to most was watching the boys meet their new brother or sister for the first time. The pregnancy itself progressed without major public drama. Jessa continued posting occasional updates, including a sonogram photo she captioned with affection for her little one. By late spring the due date was approaching, and the family prepared for the arrival the same way they had with the first 2, quietly, prayerfully, and with the support of the larger Duggar clan. When the baby finally arrived on May 26, 2019, it was a girl. Ivy Jane Seawald was born at home after Jessa's water broke while the family was getting ready for church. Labor lasted only 3.5 hours. Ivy weighed 7 pounds, 14 ounces, noticeably smaller than her 2 big brothers, who had both been closer to 9 or 10 pounds. The couple later shared that they had not expected her to come early. Both sons had arrived several days past their due dates. In their announcement they wrote that they were so grateful to God for the precious gift and that Ivy was already deeply loved, especially by her brothers. The name Ivy Jane had been chosen ahead of time. Ben explained that they simply liked the sound of the 2 names together, and that the middle name Jane was inspired by Lady Jane Grey, a historical figure they found meaningful. The home birth did not go entirely according to the original plan. The midwife they had intended to use was out of town. So a backup midwife helped with the delivery on the family couch. Afterward Jessa experienced heavy bleeding and was taken to the hospital for treatment, but both mother and baby recovered well. Within days, the Seawalds were posting the first photos of Ivy and reflecting on how quickly their family of 4 had become a family of 5. That transition is the heart of the story. For a couple who grew up watching a household of 21 people, adding a third child still felt like a significant shift in daily rhythm, logistics, and joy. They spoke openly about seeking advice from friends who already had 3 or more kids, showing a practical side that balanced their faith-filled optimism. The timing also mattered within the larger Duggar timeline. Several of Jessa's siblings were welcoming babies around the same period, creating a wave of new cousins that kept the extended family busy and closely connected. Through it all, the consistent theme remained gratitude. Whether announcing the pregnancy or introducing the newborn, Jessa and Ben returned to the same language: God had blessed them. That phrasing was never presented as dramatic or surprising within their worldview. It was simply the natural way they described the arrival of another child. Public reaction followed familiar patterns. Many longtime fans of the family celebrated the news with warm messages of congratulations. Social media filled with comments from people who had followed Jessa since her teenage years on television and felt invested in her journey into motherhood. Some viewers expressed particular happiness that the couple was having a girl after 2 boys, seeing it as a sweet new chapter. Others simply appreciated the couple's consistent openness about their faith. At the same time, a portion of the audience offered more measured responses. A few online comments questioned the pace of the pregnancies or the challenges of raising multiple young children close in age. Media coverage stayed largely neutral, focusing on the facts of the announcement and the birth rather than turning the story into controversy. Overall, the tone remained respectful, reflecting the way Jessa and Ben themselves had shared the update. Without fanfare, without defensiveness, just steady gratitude. Looking ahead, the Seawalds have not made any public statements about additional children beyond Ivy. What is clear is that they continue to document family life through occasional posts and the ongoing interest that still surrounds the Duggar siblings. Viewers who have followed the family for years know that each new baby brings both everyday adjustments and public curiosity. Any future updates will almost certainly come in the same quiet style the couple has preferred so far. In the end, the biggest takeaways are simple. Jessa Duggar Seawald and Ben Seawald welcomed the news of their third child with the same faith-centered language that has defined their marriage. The pregnancy led to the healthy arrival of their first daughter, Ivy Jane, in a home birth that mixed the expected with the unexpected. The couple's 2 young sons gained a little sister, the extended Duggar family gained another grandchild, and fans received another reminder of how this particular branch of the family continues to grow. The story is not dramatic, it is steady, personal, and rooted in the values the couple has always expressed. What are your thoughts on this latest Duggar family update? Share your opinion in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Duggar family update.